Right, hello there. Many of you watching this probably haven't heard me speak before, but I'm Jordan, and I've just been for my first session of Help Apheresis. Apheresis? Apheresis. Apheresis. The thing where they slop some blood out of you to try and remove blood clots. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a little update on this. I am currently in Berlin. I'm in East Berlin in a place called Hellersdorf, receiving my treatment. This is my hotel room at Helmity Hotel. Rep them. It's a perfectly pleasant hotel room, to be honest. I've got a double bed and I've got an ensuite. What more do you need, really? Even got a little fridge in here. Anyway, I just went for my first treatment, and what I can tell you about the treatment is anybody who says that or looks discomforting or anything, they're talking out their ass. Honestly, the nurses there, they were very pleasant, despite the fact that I barely speak any German at all, and most of my communication comes with phrases that I learnt before and wrote down on my phone and then spoke back to them in very broken German. Anyway, so I went there, I found the clinic, I was shown to a apheresis machine, and I was very excited when I saw it. It's like, oh, we've been seeing loads of people have these before. I just thought it was cool. Sat down on there, put your arms, one there, one there. They attach you to the machine, they spray you with a bit of alcohol to disinfect the area, put it in. I mean, it's fine if you had an injection, it basically hurts as much as that. It's just sort of a bit of a nip goes in. Just remember to stay still, otherwise, you'd have a little needle poking around in you. But anyway, it was there. I got a bit bored. I was told off because I was fidgeting too much because I sat there for about 2 hours. And, throughout the procedure, for whatever reason, my machine was beeping a lot. I think that's to do with blood pressure. I was really, really nervous before I went on the machine. I was there and they took my blood pressure. And I don't know, it was maybe just because I rolled my sleeve up and then they partially put it over a bit of sleeve or what, but my blood pressure was something absolutely crazy, like close to 190 over 110. Like, the NHS would put you in the hospital for that. Thankfully, after the treatment, it just calmed right down again to something like, I say right down, it was still high blood pressure, to something like 145 over 100 or something like that. Considering when I was healthy, I had about 138 over 76 as my blood pressure. But we're not exactly healthy, are we? We've got long COVID. Anyway, so the interesting thing about my first apheresis treatment is that when we look at the precipitate filter, that's the thing that's big and yellow and everybody kind of shows off in the photos and they go, oh, look at all that gunk in there. Well, I didn't have much gunk, and I found that interesting. I posted a picture to the Facebook group Help Apheresis USA, and Silke Fisher, she had a look at it and said, yeah, microclots probably weren't your problem. And I was like, huh, alright. Well, what I certainly know about myself is that my symptoms, I don't know if microclots ever really lined up with it, but I'm really questioning whether more treatments is actually worth it for me right now. I sent her a message and hopefully she'll get back, and I would like, and I've emailed the practice that I'm at to see if I can get some more correspondence with them and be able to actually have a conversation, hopefully with an English-speaking doctor, but if not, I am perfectly happy having a conversation, just completely written or through Google Translate. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that barely anything was kind of in the thing that normally takes out fibrinogen. Well, but anyway, yeah, my symptoms are quite debilitating, but I don't have a large amount of them. I've had long COVID for about 13 months now. I don't have any muscle weaknesses, and I don't have any neurological issues, and I don't have any brain fog. I do have insomnia if I do too much, and I did used to have this massive pounding head pressure, proper thumping, which was until I went on a course of fluvoxamine, and ever since the fluvoxamine I haven't had any head pressure. which would have been great, absolutely great. But I just find it a little bit scary because it kind of points towards maybe I've got something slightly more autoimmune related. In which case, we're going to have to wait and pray that BC007 at Berlin Cures does their work. But, yeah, I felt really hungry after the treatment, and then for the first time in ages I felt, like, genuinely tired. Like good tired, not sort of horrible, inflammatory, long COVID tired. And I had a proper sleep afterwards. You know, I slept 9-10 hours uninterrupted, which is pretty good. I can usually achieve that if I don't do anything during a day. If I pace enough and don't go outside and do that, I can usually have a good enough sleep. But anyway, yeah, I've had one treatment, and I just don't really know what to do. To be completely honest, I think it's really important that I have some sort of dialogue with a medical expert, because I'm a student and I don't want to have to keep spending my money on going for apheresis at £1,000 a pop. Now, the place I'm going at is relatively cheap. It's 1.2 thousand euros per treatment, but it's all still expensive, and, well, I'll just have to see how I go. I'll have to see how I go. I'm still feeling long COVID symptoms right now. I don't know if I feel particularly different. I've been very nervous recently, and I also haven't crashed really from going here. But yeah, so I'm really rambling right now. All I really know is I know my long COVID is slightly atypical, because no neurological issues really, and no muscle weaknesses, no muscle weakness. Like the feeling when people feel like all the energy is zapped from their body. For me, I feel like I have more flu. Everything sort of feels very inflammatory, and I can take non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like aspirin and ibuprofen to kind of kill post-exertional malaise. I don't do that because I think I don't want to fight through post-exertional malaise, but taking anti-inflammatory products makes me feel better and gives me more energy, which I think is just an interesting thing, and maybe that points towards something that's maybe a little bit autoimmune. Anyway, that's been my ramble. I'm not very good at scripting videos, but there's one. Alright.